guys, today we are going to take roots or radicals. Let's start. Square numbers. 1 is a square number because we can write it as 1 to the power of 2. The same for 4. 4 is a square number because we can write it as 2 to the power of 2. 9 is 3 to the power of 2. 16 is 4 to the power of 2, and so on. We're supposed to memorize all of these numbers in order being able to deal with numbers without calculator. Cube numbers. Cube numbers are the results of a number raised by a power of 3. Like 1 here. 1 is a cube number because we can write it as 1 to the power of 3. 8 is a cube number because we can write it as 2 to the power of 3. 27 is 3 to the power of 3. 64 is 4 to the power of 3. 1000 is 10 to the power of 3. And so on. Now the square roots. We know that this is the sign of the square roots. We have all of these to work out. Let's do them together. Square roots of 1, we supposed to know that is 1. Square roots of 4 is 2. Square roots of 9 is 3. Square roots of 16 is 4. 25 is 5. The square roots of 36 is 6. 196 is 14. The square roots of 225 is 15, and so on. Again, you're supposed to memorize all of them. Let's move on to the cube roots. Let's work out these examples. We know that the cube roots of 1 is 1. The cube roots of 8 is 2. The cube roots of 27 is 3. The cube roots of 64 is 4, and so on. You should memorize all of them. Now let's move on to roots rules. First rule, we have square roots of a times b. We can do it like square root of a times square roots of b, so we separate them. Also, we can move backward by joining them under the same square roots. A cube root of a times b means cube roots of a times cube roots of b. Square roots of a over b, square roots of a over square roots of b. Also, we can move backward. Last one here, cube root of a over b, we can separate them by writing them cube root of a over cube roots of b. Now, let's take an example about each rule. These rules are very important, so you're supposed to memorize them. Example of rule 1. If I have 4 times 100, I can split them into square roots of 4 times square roots of 100. We're going to get 2 times 10 or 20. Example of rule 2. The same, but use cube roots. So I'm going to split them into cube root of 8 times cube roots of 1000. We know that cube roots of 8 is 2 and cube roots of 1000, which is 10, so we're going to end up with also 20. Now, example of a over b. If I have 25 over 4, we know that we can split them as square roots of 25 over square roots of 4, which is equal 5 over 2 or 2.5. Example about last one here, cube roots of a over b, like cube roots of 64 over 8, we can split them both. It's cube roots of 64 over cube roots of 8, which is 4 over 2 or 2. Now let's do some practice. I have a square, has an area of 196 centimeters square. Find the side length, so simply, in order finding the side lengths, we have to use the square root. Because here they are talking about area, so the side length will be the square roots of 196, which is equal of 14 centimeters. Now let's take an example about volume. We have a volume of a cube of 343 centimeters cube. Find the side length of the cube. Simply, in order finding the side length, we have to cube roots the volume, so the side length will be the cube's root of 343, which is equal 7 centimeters. Now question 3. We have to simplify each without calculator. And we have to show our work. These are a little bit advanced questions. The square root of 4,900. We can write as square root of 49 times 100 equals 7 times 10, which is 70. Part B. We can write it as square roots of 81 times the square roots of 100 equals 9 times 10 or 90. Part C. It's the square roots of 100 times the square roots of 100, which is equal 10 times 10 or 100. Part D. A little bit tricky, I have square root of 2.25. We know that 2.25 can be written as square root of 225 divided by 100. Simply, this bring us back to the division of square roots. We divides each one alone, so square roots of 225 divided by square roots of 100 equals 15 over 10 or 1.5. Part E. Cube roots of 8,000, which is equal to cube roots of 8 times cube roots of 1,000. Split each one of them, we're going to get that 2 times 10 or 20. Part F, we have to split them, but we know that 10 to the power of negative 6 is the same as dividing by 10 to the power of positive 6. So we can split them as division cube roots of 64 over cube roots of 10 to the power of 6, which is equal to 4 over 10 to the power of 2. Why 10 caret of 2? Because 6 divided by 3 is 2, so we end up with 0.04. Thank you so much for paying attention. See you later on. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video to have more math videos.